was a time of great anticipation as Jesus gathered his followers. He spoke of the kingdom of heaven, using a parable to reveal the heart of God's calling for every believer. The story began with a master who was preparing to go on a long journey. Before leaving, he called together his 3 servants. To the first servant, he entrusted 5 talents, an enormous sum of money. To the second servant, he gave 2 talents, and to the third, he gave 1 talent, each according to their abilities. "Take care of these," the master said. "Invest them wisely. When I return, I'll see what you've done." The master left, and the servants went to work. The first servant, full of initiative and faith, invested his 5 talents and doubled them, making 10. The second servant did the same with his 2 talents, turning them into 4. But the third servant, filled with fear, buried his 1 talent in the ground. "I didn't want to lose it," he thought. "It's safer this way." After many days, the master returned. He called the servants to give an account of what they had done with their talents. The first servant stepped forward, and with joy he said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents, and I have gained 5 more." The master smiled and replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." The second servant also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents, and I have gained 2 more." The master responded with the same words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." But when the third servant stood before the master, his eyes downcast, he said, "Master, I knew you were a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and hid your talent in the ground. Here is what belongs to you." The master's face darkened. "You wicked and lazy servant, you knew I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I have not scattered seed. You should have at least invested my money with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest." The master commanded, "Take the talent from him, and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. But the one who does not have, even what they have, will be taken from them.